Genesis 47. Then Joseph went to Pharaoh and said, My father and my brothers with their flocks and their herds and all they have are come from Canaan and are now in the land of Goshen. And he took 5 of his brothers to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to them, What is your business? And they said, Your servants are keepers of sheep, as our fathers were before us. And they said to Pharaoh, We have come to make a living in this land, because we have no grass for our flocks in the land of Canaan. So now let your servants make a place for themselves in the land of Goshen. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, Let them have the land of Goshen, and if there are any able men among them, put them over my cattle. And Jacob and his sons came to Joseph in Egypt. And when word of it came to the ears of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, he said to Joseph, Your father and brothers have come to you. All the land of Egypt is before you. Let your father and your brothers have the best of the land for their resting place. Then Joseph made his father Jacob come before Pharaoh, and Jacob gave him his blessing. And Pharaoh said to him, How old are you? And Jacob said, The years of my wanderings have been 130. Small in number and full of sorrow have been the years of my life, and less than the years of the wanderings of my fathers, and went out from before him. And Joseph made a place for his father and his brothers, and gave them a heritage in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land of Ramesses, as Pharaoh had given orders. And Joseph took care of his father and his brothers and all his father's people, giving them food for the needs of their families. Now there was no food to be had in all the land, so that all Egypt and Canaan were wasted from need of food. And all the money in Egypt and in the land of Canaan which had been given for grain came into the hands of Joseph, and he put it in Pharaoh's house. And when all the money in Egypt and Canaan was gone, the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, Give us bread. Would you have us come to destruction before your eyes? For we have no more money. And Joseph said, Give me your cattle. So they took their cattle to Joseph, and he gave them bread in exchange for their horses and flocks and herds and asses. And when that year was ended, they came to him in the 2nd year, and said, We may not keep it from our Lord's knowledge that all our money is gone, and all the herds of cattle are my Lord's. There is nothing more to give my Lord but our bodies and our land. Are we to come to destruction before your eyes, we and our land? Take us and our land and give us bread, and we and our land will be servants to Pharaoh, and give us seed so that we may have life and the land may not become waste. So Joseph got all the land in Egypt for Pharaoh, for every Egyptian gave up his land in exchange for food, because of their great need. So all the land became Pharaoh's, and as for the people, he made servants of them, town by town, from one end of Egypt to the other. Only he did not take the land of the priests, for the priests had their food given them by Pharaoh, and having what Pharaoh gave them, they had no need to give up their land. Then Joseph said to the people, I have made you and your land this day the property of Pharaoh. Here is seed for you to put in your fields, and when the grain is cut, you are to give a 5th part to Pharaoh, and 4 parts will be yours for seed and food, and for your families and your little ones. And they said to him, Truly you have kept us from death. May we have grace in your eyes, and we will be Pharaoh's servants. Then Joseph made a law which is in force to this day, that Pharaoh was to have the 5th part, only the land of the priests did not become his. And so Israel was living among the Egyptians in the land of Goshen, and they got property there, and became very great in numbers and in wealth. And Jacob was living in the land of Goshen for 17 years. So the years of his life were 147, and the time of his death came near. And he sent for his son Joseph and said to him, If now I am dear to you, put your hand under my leg and take an oath that you will not put me to rest in Egypt. But when I go to my fathers, you are to take me out of Egypt and put me to rest in their last resting place. And he said, I will do so. And he said, Take an oath to me. And he took an oath to him, and Israel gave worship on the bed's head. Genesis 48. Now after these things, word came to Joseph that his father was ill, and he took with him his sons Manasseh and Ephraim. And when they said to Jacob, Your son Joseph is coming to see you, then Israel, getting all his strength together, had himself lifted up in his bed. And Jacob said to Joseph, God, the ruler of all, came to me in a vision at Luz in the land of Canaan, and gave me his blessing, and said to me, Truly, I will make you fertile and give you increase, and will make of you a great family of nations. And I will give this land to your seed after you to be their heritage forever. And now your 2 sons who came to birth in Egypt before I came to you here, are mine. Ephraim and Manasseh will be mine, in the same way as Reuben and Simeon are, and any other offspring which you have after them will be yours, and will be named after their brothers in their heritage. And as for me, when I came from Paddan, death overtook Rachel on the way, when we were still some distance from Ephrath. And I put her to rest there on the road to Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. Then Israel, looking at Joseph's sons, said, "Who are these?" And Joseph said to his father, "They are my sons whom God has given me in this land." And he said, "Let them come near me, and I will give them a blessing." Now because Israel was old, his eyes were no longer clear, and he was not able to see. So he made them come near to him, and he gave them a kiss, folding them in his arms. And Israel said to Joseph, "I had no hope of seeing your face again, but God in his mercy has let me see you and your children." Then Joseph took them from between his knees, and went down on his face to the earth. Then taking Ephraim with his right hand, Joseph put him at Israel's left side, and with his left hand he put Manasseh at Israel's right side, placing them near him. And Israel, stretching out his right hand, put it on the head of Ephraim, the younger, and his left hand on the head of Manasseh, crossing his hands on purpose, for Manasseh was the older. And he gave Joseph a blessing, saying, "May the God to whom my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, gave worship, the God who has taken care of me all my life till this day, the angel who has been my savior from all evil, send his blessing on these children, and let my name and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, be given to them, and let them become a great nation in the earth." Now when Joseph saw that his father had put his right hand on the head of Ephraim, it did not seem right to him, and lifting his father's hand, he would have put it on the head of Manasseh. And Joseph said to his father, "Not so, my father, for this is the older. Put your right hand on his head." But his father would not, saying, "I am doing it on purpose, my son. He will certainly become a nation and a great one, but his younger brother will be greater than he, and his seed will become a great family of nations." So he gave them his blessing that day, saying, "You will be the sign of blessing in Israel, for they will say, 'May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh.'" And he put Ephraim before Manasseh. Then Israel said to Joseph, "Now my death is near, but God will be with you, guiding you back to the land of your fathers. And I have given you more than your brothers, even Shechem as your heritage, which I took from the Amorites with my sword and my bow." Genesis 49. And Jacob sent for his sons, and said, "Come together, all of you, so that I may give you news of your fate in future times. Come near, O sons of Jacob, and give ear to the words of Israel your father. Reuben, you are my oldest son, the first fruit of my strength, first in pride and first in power. But because you were uncontrolled, the first place will not be yours, for you went up to your father's bed, even his bride bed, and made it unclean. Simeon and Levi are brothers. Deceit and force are their secret designs. Take no part in their secrets, O my soul. Keep far away, O my heart, from their meetings, for in their wrath they put men to death, and for their pleasure even oxen were wounded. A curse on their passion, for it was bitter, and on their wrath, for it was cruel. I will let their heritage in Jacob be broken up, driving them from their places in Israel. To you, Judah, will your brothers give praise? Your hand will be on the neck of your haters. Your father's sons will go down to the earth before you. Judah is a young lion. Like a lion full of meat, you have become great, my son. Now he takes his rest like a lion stretched out and like an old lion. By whom will his sleep be broken? The rod of authority will not be taken from Judah, and he will not be without a lawgiver, till he comes who has the right to it. And the peoples will put themselves under his rule, knotting his ass's cord to the vine and his young ass to the best vine, washing his robe in wine, and his clothing in the blood of grapes. His eyes will be dark with wine, and his teeth white with milk. The resting place of Zebulun will be by the sea, and he will be a harbor for ships. The edge of his land will be by Zidon. Issachar is a strong ass stretched out among the flocks. And he saw that rest was good and the land was pleasing, so he let them put weights on his back and became a servant. Dan will be the judge of his people, as one of the tribes of Israel. May Dan be a snake in the way, a horned snake by the road, biting the horse's foot so that the horseman has a fall. I have been waiting for your salvation, O Lord. Gad, an army will come against him, but he will come down on them in their flight. Asher's bread is fat. He gives delicate food for kings. Naphtali is a roe let loose, giving fair young ones. Joseph is a young ox whose steps are turned to the fountain. He was troubled by the archers. They sent out their arrows against him, cruelly wounding him, but their bows were broken by a strong one, and the cords of their arms were cut by the strength of Jacob, by the name of the stone of Israel, even by the God of your father, who will be your help, and by the ruler of all, who will make you full with blessings from heaven on high, blessings of the deep stretched out under the earth, blessings of the breasts and of the fertile body, blessings of sons old and young. To the Father, blessings of the oldest mountains and the fruit of the eternal hills. Let them come on the head of Joseph, on the crown of him who was separate from his brothers. Benjamin is a wolf searching for meat. In the morning he takes his food, and in the evening he makes division of what he has taken. These are the 12 tribes of Israel, and these are the words their father said to them, blessing them. To everyone he gave his blessing, and he gave orders to them, saying, Put me to rest with my people and with my fathers, in the hollow of the rock in the field of Ephron the Hittite, in the rock in the field of Machpelah, near Mamre in the land of Canaan, which Abraham got from Ephron the Hittite, to be his resting place. There Abraham and Sarah his wife were put to rest, and there they put Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there I put Leah to rest, in the rock in the field which was got for a price from the people of Heth. And when Jacob had come to the end of these words to his sons, stretching himself on his bed, he gave up his spirit and went the way of his people. Genesis 50. And Joseph put his head down on his father's face, weeping and kissing him. And Joseph gave orders to his servants who had the necessary knowledge to make his father's body ready, folding it in linen with spices, and they did so. And the 40 days needed for making the body ready went by, and there was weeping for him among the Egyptians for 70 days. And when the days of weeping for him were past, Joseph said to the servants of Pharaoh, If now you have love for me, say these words to Pharaoh. My father made me take an oath, saying, When I am dead, put me to rest in the place I have made ready for myself in the land of Canaan. So now let me go and put my father in his last resting place, and I will come back again. And Pharaoh said, Go up and put your father to rest, as you gave your oath to him. So Joseph went up to put his father in his last resting place, and with him went all the servants of Pharaoh, and the chief men of his house, and all the chiefs of the land of Egypt, and all the family of Joseph, and his brothers and his father's people, only their little ones, and their flocks and herds they did not take with them from the land of Goshen. And carriages went up with him and horsemen, a great army. And they came to the grain floor of Atad on the other side of Jordan. And there they gave the last honors to Jacob with great and bitter sorrow, weeping for their father for 7 days. And when the people of the land, the people of Canaan, at the grain floor of Atad, saw their grief, they said, Great is the grief of the Egyptians. So the place was named Abel Mizraim on the other side of Jordan. So his sons did as he had given them orders to do, for they took him into the land of Canaan, and put him to rest in the hollow rock in the field of Machpelah, which Abraham got with the field for a resting place from Ephron the Hittite at Mamre. And when his father had been put to rest, Joseph and his brothers and all who had gone with him went back to Egypt. Now after the death of their father, Joseph's brothers said to themselves, It may be that Joseph's heart will be turned against us, and he will give us punishment for all the evil which we did to him. So they sent word to Joseph, saying, Your father before his death gave us orders, saying, You are to say to Joseph, Let the wrongdoing of your brothers be overlooked, and the evil they did to you. Now if it is your pleasure, let the sin of the servants of your father's God have forgiveness. And at these words Joseph was overcome with weeping. Then his brothers went, and falling at his feet said, Truly we are your servants. And Joseph said, Have no fear. Am I in the place of God? As for you, it was in your mind to do me evil. But God has given a happy outcome, the salvation of numbers of people, as you see today. So now have no fear, for I will take care of you and your little ones. So he gave them comfort with kind words. Now Joseph and all his father's family went on living in Egypt, and the years of Joseph's life were 110. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the 3rd generation, and the children of Mashir, the son of Manasseh, came to birth on Joseph's knees. Then Joseph said to his brothers, The time of my death has come, but God will keep you in mind and take you out of this land into the land which he gave by his oath to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. Then Joseph made the children of Israel take an oath, saying, God will certainly give effect to his word, and you are to take my bones away from here. So Joseph came to his death, being 110 years old, and they made his body ready. and he was put in a chest in Egypt,